snapping at the heels. Looks like Goodison's past Murdoch. Murdoch's having a duck behind him there. Goodison on the right-of-way starboard tack.
Right, here we go, round the top mark, and it is boat number 10. It is Luka Radlic, heading for home and leading from Croatia. Now second around, Estonia. It is Dennis Karpak, number 3 on the bow. Fourth round will be, it is Paul Goodison from Great Britain, has got ahead of Andrew Murdoch, who's back to 4th. So they are the leading 4 on the charge to the finish. Right, in a moment we'll just get a quick assessment here from Michael Blackburn, as he's getting a lot of help here from Tasman Rand, from ISAF, just working out the points. And here's Tom Slingsby from Australia. Is he far enough advanced? Is he in the right position to hold on and still have the points for the World Championship?
He's ahead of Mate Arapov, so that makes him safe for the gold medal at the moment. Mate Arapov had to beat him by 6 places, and Tom Slingsby's got ahead of Mate Arapov, so he's probably feeling quite comfortable right now.
What
just
Tom
got to
will
make
be
sure he doesn't.
Now in the last run, Tom will just be carefully looking out over across at Mata, Croatian guy, just to make sure he keeps that distance. Tom's an excellent sailor downwind, and will start to feel just a little more comfortable and relaxed now.
We should say Mata Arapov from Croatia, he's got number 2 on the bow. He was 2nd overall. He came into this race with 43 points. Tom Slingsby on 31. So translating that, Michael, here we've got Tom Slingsby from Australia on his way to keeping the World Laser Championship in Australia.
Beauty. My training partner for many years, Tom, an excellent young sailor, only 22 years old. I was from the town of Gosford in New South Wales, on his way to winning his first ISAF World Championship.
Meanwhile, Luka Radlic from Croatia is still leading, but here comes Andrew Murdoch on the charge downhill. Remember, there were 4 of them, and it looks like Murdoch may have taken care of Paul Goodison from Britain, because it was Goodison 3rd, Murdoch 4th at the top mark, remember. They're out to the left. Goodison is.
See a big gust there, big bit of dark water heading down towards these boats. A little bit of action could happen before we finish here. Compressing a little in the last 100 metres.
Yeah, it looked like Goodison gave the Estonian a little bit of a luff there, and he's having to do a penalty. Yeah, I think Goodison put a penalty on Dennis Karpak there.
In this medal race, if you think you're in the wrong, you can just go ahead and do a tack downwind to relieve yourself of that penalty. And he's just finished that process with another jibe, just to get back on the favourite jibe there.
All right, as we're getting close to the finish now, let's make this calm and clear. It was Tom Slingsby of Australia on 31 points, Mate Arapov of Croatia on 43, and Dennis Karpak of Estonia on 45. They were the 3 closest. But any of those 1, 2, 3, 4, it is not Tom Slingsby. So we're going to have to do some quick calculations here, crabbing across the line to win the laser medal race here at Cascais in Portugal for the 2007 ISAF Sailing World Championships. And it's going to be Luka Radlic.
I think the penalty that Dennis Karpak had to take there was one imposed by the jury for maybe bumping a bit too much. But here comes Luka Radlic, wins the medal race.
Andrew Murdoch will cross 2nd. Excellent performance there. That may get him into a podium finish for the lasers. But the key issue focus now is, where is Tom Slingsby? He came in as number 1 to this medal race. He did have a cushion of 12 points. Will it be enough to where he finishes now?
It's like Tom finishing just hardened up there, finished about 6th place across the line there, I think, Peter.
Yeah, he's pleased. He's pleased. He's taken the gold. He's world champion.
And Tom Slingsby is the new world laser champion at Cascais, Portugal, at the 2007 ISAF Sailing World Championships. Oh, joy and delight with the Australian supporters in the background.
Tom will be very relieved now. He's had a lot of pressure on him on that first beat when he was back about 9th or 10th place. He's managed to come through, pick through enough, 3 or 4 places just to do enough to win the regatta.
Well, it's only in the last couple of years, Michael, that sailing has introduced this medal race, in effect, to give sailing's answer to track and field and swimming with so much pressure on the last race. And boy, that was amply demonstrated here.
certainly is. Tom will be a very relieved man. We had a close battle for the World Championship last year, and I just managed to pip him, but full credit to him now. He's trained hard in the last year, won a number of Grade 1 regattas, and this is a crowning glory for this year's achievement.
And when we see the breadth and depth of laser sailing across the world, and particularly in Europe, how come the baton goes from one Australian to another at the top of the world in the laser class, the toughest in the Olympics?
I think we just don't like losing, Peter. It's we've both got a sort of hard nut attitude, and we push each other, and it's certainly shown up in this depth of competition.
And we can see now that the photographers, still and moving, are really crowding around, and this is the man of the moment. It is Tom Slingsby from Australia, just 22 years old. And, well, Michael, you know a lot about him. He comes from, what, north of Sydney?
Lives in Gosford now, north of Sydney. In fact, that's where the World Championships will be that year. And there's Arthur Brett, our coach, just giving Tom a pat on the head and a well done. And there'll be a lot of happy words said there right now.
And where did Tom learn to sail initially, and what has been the driving force, the big influence, to now have the crowning glory of being world champion in the laser class?
See Tom very happy. He's maybe a little emotional there as well. He learned to sail on Brisbane waters, just in front of his house there at, near Gosford. A very light and typically flat water and shifty sort of venue. And those probably skills that he learnt all those years ago to certainly help him out in the shifty conditions today.
And he's only 22. That is some achievement, because boy, it is fellows you need a lot of experience to survive and succeed in this class, and to do it so young really is some achievement.
Tom, number one in the world. I've never seen quite so much talent. He reminds me a lot of Ben Ainsley. I sailed against Ben in the lead up to 96 games and the 2000 Olympics as well, and I see a bit of Ben's talent in Tom now.
Well, when you mention that, you think of other outstanding laser sailor. Glenn Burke from Australia has won the laser championship 3 times. The top, well, he runs the Volvo Ocean Race now. Ed Beard, who was on the handlebars of Alinghi, just winning the recent America's Cup as a former world laser champion. It really is. He does join a roll call of outstanding names.
The most notable one of the past decade, of course, Robert Scheid, 8 times world champion, and yesterday crowned the Star World champion as well.
Well, it's the launching pad to great things and winning the laser championship, but really, Michael, it is still a wonderful, outstanding achievement in such a competitive class in its own right to win the World Laser Championship or the Olympic gold medal in this class. It's just stunning.
They often say that the Laser World Championship is actually sometimes harder to win than the Olympic Games, because there's 140 competitors here. They're all selected to be able to compete at the Worlds. And there's a smaller fleet, only 40 at the Olympics. Of course, the pressure and the amount of people watching at the Olympics is often a lot greater. And there's our final scores. Andrew Murdoch picked up 2 places from 4th to end up finishing 2nd, pushing Dennis Carpark from Estonia back to 3rd.
Well, that is something overall then. Tom Slingsby from Australia. And it's an Anzac Down Under for 1st and 2nd, with Andrew Murdoch finishing 2nd. He'll be so delighted. I know he really, really wanted to get on the podium. I think he would be very pleased if he'd got to bronze, but to finish with a silver medal will be encouraging for him.